Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to do a review of this dry suit after 2.5 years of ownership. I've done over 30 dives in this dry suit now since I've had it. It's pretty battered and worn, but it's still good. I just got out of the water here in Scuba Ranch in Texas today, and still dry, still comfortable, still good, but you know, there's been some things that haven't been so great, and so in this video I'm just going to talk about my experience with this suit now that I've had it for this while, how it feels, how it fits, what I've learned to wear under it, and the good, the bad, and some of the ugly things that I don't like about it. Now, this suit, like I say, I bought about 2.5 years ago after doing a icy cold dive in one of the lakes here in Texas. It was 55 degrees. I had a 5 mil on, and it was cold. It was too cold. So, I mean, we were okay for a few minutes, but yeah, that dive was cold. And so that made me want to get another dry suit. And this is the third one that I've had. This is a trilaminate. My first one was like a more a membrane suit by Viking. You still get those, delicate, very flexible, very comfortable, but is kind of a bit on the delicate side, not as tough as this, kind of easily ripped rubber. Second one was neoprene, crushed neoprene with a custom brass dry suit zip all around it. That was warm, but wasn't very tough, but didn't have a lot of space underneath it. It's very close fitting, so didn't really like this one. But this one, a trilaminate, is actually my favorite dry suit of all the dry suits that I've had. I've been diving dry suit. I learned to dive in a dry suit pretty much back in England where it's cold, and so this is by far the best dry suit that I've had. I wish these had been available when I bought my first dry suit. Really like it. This one does not have a brass zip on it like the first two that I have. It's plastic, which is more flexible than the brass ones. Very easy to flex, so it makes it very comfortable. This is a back zip. Like I say, my second dry suit had a zip that went all the way around. It's like a square brass one that went around and flipped off, which was that was okay. My first dry suit was a brass zip across the back like this one, and that means that you need your buddy to get you in and out of it. Can't do it by myself, and I'm fine with that. Some people don't like that. They prefer the ones that go across the front, but I find those less comfortable. So I like the back zip. I find it fits better, and having to have my buddy's help isn't a problem for me, at least. And then so this one I've had about 2.5 years, like I say, and I've done diving in rivers, in lakes like this one, here in Texas, Scuba Ranch we're at now in Tyrrell, Texas, on a beautiful November day, where the water is 67 at the bottom and about 78 at the top. And for me, I get cold easily, even though I'm from England, and so if it's below 80 degrees Fahrenheit, I wear this wetsuit, and I wear different layers underneath it. Less layers because there's no insulation in this suit. Less layers if it's warmer, more layers if it's colder. In this, so I have a few different types of undergarments that I'll talk about. This is one of them. This is a Body X, and I have a Body X2 that I'll talk about that I wear under this. And I've worn some other things well underneath it that I can talk about. Lakes, rivers, and in the Gulf of Mexico in springtime, in March, it was in the upper 70s, and there were other people diving that same dive on the flower gardens off of a boat dive, the Fling. We were out there for a weekend, on a beautiful weekend. Other people felt comfortable in swimsuits and that, and most people were wearing wetsuits. I wore my dry suit, this one with less underneath it. It was very, very comfortable. It was great. So I've been out in the open ocean in this suit, and I've done lots of ocean dives in my previous dry suits, but in this one in the ocean, rivers, and lots of lakes, like this one in the wintertime when it gets cold. And in the summer, of course, don't need it, but in the wintertime, I feel like I do. So I wore my dry suit in the water. My buddy wore a 5 mil. She was warm for the 30 minutes or so, started to get cold in the end. So it varies, but for me, if it's less than 80 degrees, I have a series of wetsuits, and I did have a 5 mil wetsuit. I sold that. I don't wear that one anymore. So 5 mil's gone. This, where you might wear a 5 mil, I wear my Drysuit. And if it's warmer than that, up to 85, I'll wear a 3 mil wetsuit all over. So I get reasonably cold. I never wear no wetsuits. I get too cold. So let's summarize my experience of owning this Drysuit from Waterproof. The Ergo D3 is this Drysuit that they've had for 2.5 years now. And again, the size of this thing, this is a men's large, men's medium large. Just get the size in there. So this is the one that I've been wearing for 2.5 years now. You can see some of the stains and marks across this thing. So it's seen quite a lot of life, this suit. I have washed it, been in the lake with it today. But yeah, it's well used and well loved at this point. So just to summarize my experience of using this thing, it has been absolutely great. I've had a fun dive today in the lake, and I was very glad of it because it was in the 60s at the bottom and in the low 70s at the top, which for me, it's very cold. My body got it was warm enough in 5 mil, but only for so long. I was toasty in this suit the whole time. I'll show what I wore underneath it in just a moment. But here in this lake, freak last question, how much weight I need? I'm 195 pounds, 5'10". And so I normally dive with just a 3 mil wetsuit and 10 pounds of weight is normal for me. That's completely fine in salt water. Usually the same in fresh. Today in fresh water, I had 22 pounds of lead, which is almost the most my Zeegle can carry pretty much. And I was only just enough weight with that amount of it. So I really do need a lot of weight. I was only just about able to get down, just about. It's just about enough. A couple more pounds would have been a little easier and would have meant less suit squeeze, particularly at the surface, and would have made the ascents just a little bit easier and a little less stressful and hard to come to the surface too quickly, because I filled my suit when I got lower down in order to keep the water off of me. So a little more weight would have been great, but I was wearing the most undergarments that I typically do with this suit. So I have tried a whole bunch of things underneath this. Initially just wearing a 3 mil lava core equivalent. That was okay, but a bit stuffy. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I tried so I dived in a river, dived in a couple times in a spring, a couple of times, 72 degrees, lakes like this many times, and the sea. One of the river dives, I wore just actually a thin top like this and thick bottoms like these. So I actually wore these thick bottoms. These are Body X2s, also by Waterproof. Body X2s, so they're pretty thick and they're lovely and warm. These are great. I wore just these and just a thin, like a t-shirt on top in 72 degrees, and I was cold because this suit has no insulation in it at all. The cold water was pressing against my chest, even if the river was quite shallow, so I couldn't have that much air in it, and so I was cold doing that. So today, having had lots of experience wearing different things underneath this suit, I went with this underneath. This was underneath, and the equivalent top. So this is a Body X2, also by Waterproof, Body X2 on here. So also quite thick, sort of 2 layers in here really. Slightly thinner on the front and very thick and warm. So it's a nice thick artificial fabric. It's very, very toasty. I really like this. On the cold days, I'll go to the dive site wearing this, just drive to the dive site in this to stay nice and warm. It's very, very comfy. So I wore this today just over a thin plastic t-shirt again, and underneath, and just wear a thin swimsuit underneath that. And on my feet, these are also by Waterproof, same brand, neoprene socks. I just wear these over my bare feet and put these in the boots of the Drysuit. And these are very comfy. My feet are nice and toasty. They're grippy, so these are enough on my feet. And these Body X undergarments were plenty warm enough in the lake today. So very, very comfy. And of course, I came out completely dry. So, but because those are a little more padded, that's why I needed a little more weight. I really like the bottom ones. These are my go-tos. I pretty much always wear these now. I have these in the Body X1, the thinner styles, but I really like these. So always pretty much wear these, but I might wear the thinner version of this, the Body X1, which I also have, on if it's a little bit warmer. So always these, sometimes the thinner one of these, unless it's really cold, in which case both of these, and nice and toasty. 5mm neoprene gloves over the top, which go nicely over the sleeves right here, or those also actually I have waterproof 5mm gloves, and very, very toasty and comfortable. Like I said before, the dry gloves that I've tried that don't come with a suit, but you can go with it, did not work for me. I did not like the dry gloves. They didn't stay dry, and they're very difficult to get on and off. They're just a no. So 5mm or 3mm, depending on how warm it is, gloves. Or sometimes if it's really warm, just skip the gloves. But always wear a hood, 3mm or 5mm, depending on again how cold it is outside. And I've always been lovely and toasty. So very, very comfy and very, very dry. So all very, very good. The only things I don't really like about this, well, so other things, the pockets here have been great. This is irritating. It has this little red thing on here. There's two of these that I guess you can use to tie stuff in here. I'm not sure. They're annoying because they always catch on this or like that, and it's really annoying when I'm trying to open it up and put stuff in. So probably not have those, would be my preference. Could cut them out, might actually consider doing that. But these are nice and big, so my whole GoPro stick and GoPro will fit in here. Just the end of the stick sits out, so I often have two GoPros, so one in either pocket. Has worked out great. They're also big enough for my mask. Let's see, stuck in there again. Very annoying when you're trying to put stuff in here, so that's just fiddly, particularly about gloves. So don't love these red things, but could cut them out, I guess. Big enough for a mask too. When I was swimming back, surface swimming, mask can go in there, close it up, nice and tucked and out of the way. So these pockets have been great. I really like those. Really like the seals here. Got them just right. These are silicone, which I like, and you can change them. You can also get rubber ones, latex rubber ones as well. Not my preference, but I like the fact you can switch them, and if they wear out or get damaged, which they will eventually, you can change them. And I have changed these. I've changed these out. Just follow the instructions, make like this. Breathe in here, come out, and change them all out. And, it's not too difficult, and I really like that feature. Same with the neck. I also changed out the neck for this slightly thicker slightly thicker silicone than the one it came with. Just feels a little bit better, so I like that too. So the fact you can change it, I think is a really nice feature. Really, I like the back zip, and the fact that it's plastic means that it's more comfortable. So again, that's really nice. Really like that. The other thing I didn't like was in the cuffs here. So didn't like these. The suit comes with these on pretty much like that. There's a zipper in here that I discovered eventually that I could just take these off, because these are annoying. They get in the way. They get in the way of trying to put some gloves on over these, and they're just annoying. So I was glad to get rid of these, and I never used them. So don't like those. So I'm glad to be able to not have them. It feels really comfortable without those. But all in all, 2.5 years in, very comfortable diving with this suit. I absolutely love it. It's absolutely great. And of the 3 dry suits that I've had, by far the best. Really like trilaminate, and the quality's been great. It's taken a lot of beating, climbing around in things in these lakes. It's rolling around on the bottom of rivers and things like that. It's been absolutely great. It's survived everything. It's kept me dry and it's kept me warm. So well worth the money. Very glad of it. It was a good choice. And so if you're in the market, I recommend it. It's been great. I have to wear a lot of weight with this suit in order to keep it buoyant. Hey, these pockets are great for putting my mask in. Just the right size, nice and spacious, but a lot. So that goes in there. Yeah. This tucked underneath here. Well, in this bit for warmth, need quite a warm hood, 5mm equivalent to make up for the rest of it. Okay. Relatively easy to move out of the water, but it's kind of tight, so and that put some more air into it so I can actually move. You can see this is where I strap my dive computer on the side here. It's got a handy strap for that, and where my light, we had low visibility, like 6 feet in the lake here today, so needed that. And 2 pockets, both pretty roomy. Don't have anything in those. Very glad of these knee pads just now. Really help protect my knees. They're very, very tough, these are. All right, let's go and get de-kitted. The water was around 68 at the bottom, and I was warm on my legs. They were nice and toasty, but I was a little cold up top. Had a thinner top on than on my legs, so if I have a thicker one, I might want to wear that one next time. And my dry gloves are nice and grippy. Should be fixed onto the suit like that. It's relatively easy for me to move despite all the weight. It's got quite a bit of movement and everything I've got here, so
do spin. Show us the back.
It's comfy. Yes.
Okay.
Not too bad at all. So good for clambering around. We were clambering around in some boats today and had no problem rolling around on those. Although typical with all dry suits, the feet here, which you can see built in, the boots are built into the suit, they'll fill up if you put your feet too high because I have air in my suit, and so that's an issue. So part of dry suit training, you have to learn to ball up and keep the air in the top part of the suit. Gloves are a bit problematic, so these leaked slightly. You zoom in, so they seal on here, and so these leaked, and they are really hard to. There we go. Oh,
Clearly did leak. Yeah.
actually that did leak, and it came off. It didn't come off properly. This collar is actually supposed to unclip, so it actually so it's actually become unraveled. See, this is how the glove is these gloves didn't come with this suit, but it came with, and I had to wrap it around this blue thing right here. You can see that goes around there, and then this goes inside this outer clip. Can't get it off with this other glove on. Let's see if I can get it off on this one. Almost off. There it is.
Yeah.
So that's what's supposed to come off with the dry glove, and this is the native suit like this. So I have you can change these seals out. You can switch them, and these are not neoprene but silicone seals, which I quite like. I'll trim them to size.
Oh, you cut yourself.
That's it. Trying to get these dry gloves off. I've cut myself. But yeah, so I have changed these out. You can actually change these out. This piece here switches out, and I changed it in order to get those dry gloves. This is not quite the same plastic end piece as came with the suit. It was very similar to this one, but I changed it, and so this clip here is the one that goes with the dry glove, which didn't come with the suit. Dry gloves didn't come with the suit. They go with the suit, and are a fail. I don't like the dry gloves. I like everything else about the suit. It fits really well, but so yeah, I've changed out so you can see how the seal fits, and this is not leaked. I've never had a leak on either of these two, and these silicone is very comfy. I really like it. You can see I hold my computer on this side. I had to get an extra long strap. I have a Garmin Mark III Air Garmin computer, and I could have it on this side as well if I want. Dry hose goes under my arm. Came with a suit, slightly longer than the hose that comes with the BCs, but it's the same fitting. It's slightly longer for the extra length here. Obviously the pockets. Let's get the rest of this off. I've changed the neck seal. I've changed this, also silicone, like there. I've changed this once as well, and that's silicone. Or this one's silicone, and I trimmed it just so there's just enough so it touches my skin and has not leaked. It's been very dry. So one suit, quite comfy, fits me pretty well. I like it. I'm 5'10", 190, 195 pounds or so, and this one fits very nicely. Does even help me. I need my buddy's help with the suit. I can't do it myself. I can't, I can finish doing it up, and that's happened a few times. Once when I jumped in, my buddy didn't. He put it like that, and it feels pretty tight, like. But there's a tiny gap right there, and once buddy I didn't notice, jumped in with it like that. It leaked, cold seawater, and that was not fun. But I was able to fix it because I could feel it coming in, and I was able just to pull it shut, tight, dry, not a problem. So you have to watch that, because the zip slides really easily until that point. It feels like it's done, but it needs that extra pull. Mind, Daisy needs my buddy's help to undo it. It's a plastic zip on this one, which is comfy. I like it. I've had dry suits before with brass zips, which are more robust. The brass ones will definitely last longer, but this one's very flexible, very light, so I like it. It's working well. So as you see, I have these straps
Suspender.
with the suit to hold it up for me. So I can comfortably sit like this in between dives, and it's very comfy. Just watch it like this. Use the restroom if I need to. This is okay. These off, pull it down a little bit. Very comfy, and so this is how I can go in between dives. Done over 30 dives in this suit, and so it's seen quite a bit of action. You see quite a bit of wear and tear from clambering around in mostly inside boats and other scuba park fun things to climb around in, old boats and pieces of trucks and train cars and things that have been thrown down in the various Texas lakes that we dive. And so I've been clambering around in lots of those. So you can see where those have left marks in the suit, but they haven't damaged it. I've climbed around a lot in lots of things and not been too worried, but you can see there's, although it's, got some marks from all its dives, it's undamaged and has not leaked, and has been very, very comfy and kept me completely dry. So it's been great. So yeah, it's relatively very heavy when wet, but easy enough to hang up on a wetsuit hanger with the zip closed. With a hanger hanging up like that, and just let the outside dry off, right? But you can see the material is a trilaminate, so it's relatively thick and strong, right? So slightly elastic. It has a little elastic feel on here, but you can see the marks and the wear and tear. Or I've clambered around quite a bit in this suit, right? I mean, it's definitely been used, but it's resisted all the damage. There's no damage to this suit. It's kept me dry and protected despite all the use and abuse. This needs tightening occasionally, according to the manual. It does say that one of the places where it might leak. This is the valve for letting the air out on my left shoulder. So this does need to be tightened. Pretty much most dives, just make sure that's tight. Same with the inflator hose right here. So it too has an inside part which needs to be rotated and made sure that you tighten that every dive. Those are two main places where it's likely to leak, and but I've not had leaks from here. I've noticed it gets looser over time, so I haven't needed to tighten it. It's needed tightening, but has not leaked as long as I remember to tighten it. Forget to tighten it, it absolutely will leak, definitely. So got to remember just to keep tightening it. And the other area really is the neck. So I've trimmed this to be comfortable, so it's not too loose. It was, when I got it, I've taken about a good inch or so off of this piece. You can see the lines on here are there to make it easy to cut it. Just cut it with a pair of scissors to comfort. You can see it's not quite even where I've sort of cut it, and I trimmed it, one line at a time, and then tried on to see how it felt and got it. So when I first got it, it was suffocatingly tight. It was way too tight. But yeah, I've taken about an inch, maybe a little more off of this neck seal, and now it feels nice and tight. I have to remember to shave each time, otherwise it might leak. And it had leaked down my neck once, because it can roll up. If it rolls up on my neck, then it can leak. So that did happen once. It was because it wasn't spread out, not enough touching my skin enough all the way around. So I have to be careful when I put it on to make sure that it lays flat like it does on the wrists. The wrists are easy. I've never had leaks from the wrists. Those have been really, really good. So, but a small leak here, just if I'm not putting it on carefully enough. Everywhere else, it has been dry and tight. It is very, 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 it is a dry suit. So it's been great. All right, so I'm 5'10", about 195 pounds, or 195, and this suit is a men's ML.
Oh, it's blurry. Hang on. There we go.
So, and this size fits me really well, as you can see. And I was a bit worried my dad gut wouldn't fit, honestly, when I got the suit. But as you can see, it has all this elastic at the back, right here. So it fits very comfortably. So not a problem. I'm really pleased with how this fits. So.
Okay, is it stretchy? Can you stretch it?
It is stretchy, yeah. So I can stretch that. There's quite a bit of give in that, and that's across the lower back of the suit right there. It's right across. So makes it very, very comfy. So yeah, it's good. And underneath this suit, this is what I normally wear. This is made by the manufacturer. I tried a few different things. I have a lava core full suit. I tried that first, a wetsuit, and I actually wore that dry underneath this guy. First of all, it fits, but it was a bit stuffy. It wasn't that great. I had it. I'm going to get that first. So if you have one of those, it did keep me warm. It was okay. It was okay. But then I bought this, which the manufacturer makes they make it in two sizes, in two thicknesses. This is an ML size again. This is the top, and so this is made by the manufacturer to go underneath this dry suit. And this one is quite thick. This one is the body 2X. You zoom in on this, Days. So that's what this one is.
Thought it carried it. There we go.
And I'm wearing this one.
Glare. Just X. Okay, body X. Yeah.
Yeah, body X. So this is the same top, but this one is twice as thick. Zoom in on feel the thickness of this. It is pretty thick, twice as thick as this one. So this one is, yeah, it's only a little bit of thickness on this one. Quite lightweight, really. So this is normally what I wear if the temperature in the water is above between 70 and 80. I'll wear this one. I do have the same weight as this top. So this is the body X bottom half of this top. So these go together. I have a thin top and thin body X underneath it, like this. And so I have worn this one with this top when it's in the high 70s, maybe like 80. Because it doesn't provide that much warmth. It's pretty thin, pretty nice and stretchy, very comfy to sit out in. Like in today, it's in the 70s, I think, so it's very comfortable to sit out in. Has these handy dandy loops to help put it on, and it even has you can get hoses fitted to some dry suits that you can use to urinate out of. So it has a little place where that hose can be run through here if you want to. Not applicable to this dry suit, but the undergarment has that. And so this is comfy, but I have the thicker version of the pants on underneath. So the 2X ones of these. So body, zoom in. The body 2X, and so this is really nice and warm. These are twice as thick as the 1X ones, so this twice as thick, but same fabric. And so I find this very comfy, actually more comfy than the thinner bottoms for the bottom half. And I like this thin one on top. Keeps me a comfortable temperature. I'll just wear this and that thin one underneath the suit, and this thick one is better for when it's cold, but is a lot bulkier. So now I'm wearing the 2X underneath and the 2X on top, and it's nice and toasty. It's very warm. So on colder days, I'll wear this under my dry suit, but it's a little bulkier. I can't move quite as easily, but it is nice and toasty. So if it's in the 60s or low 70s or 60s or below, then I'll wear this, and I might add some layers underneath it, maybe another t-shirt, because I'll stay dry, of course. Comes up bone dry, this outfit. Maybe a little sweat, but other than that, the suit normally doesn't leak. So I sometimes, if I'm swimming hard, I'll get quite warm in this underneath the suit, so and get a little bit sweaty when I come out. But it's certainly very, very toasty. So slightly thinner at the front, thicker across here and down here. Fits well, and then very comfy under my suit, but yeah, a little bulkier. All right, and so this is pretty much how the suit came, except it also has these cuffs. So these cuffs I took off. These zip. There's a zip hidden underneath here somewhere. So there's a zip underneath here, into which these neoprene cuffs go over the top. So this is how the suit came, but I took those off. I don't like them. They're annoying. They got in the way. They're uncomfortable. They are a bit warmer, a little bit more warmth for your wrist, but I found them irritating. So I took them off, and I find them this much more comfortable. Like I say, I have taken these apart in order to change these out. It comes with some spares when these wear out or leak or anything, or if you just want to change them between latex, which is what I've got right here, and actually no, these are not latex. These are silicone. These are silicone ones, which I preferred. But if you prefer latex rubber, you can get those. Put them in here, and this peels back and comes apart. It's not too difficult. I've done it to change these out. And so one other option I was showing earlier was the dry gloves that don't come with a suit, but they work with it. Yeah. So this is one of the dry gloves. Comes with this system here of plastic rings. So this ring goes inside the glove, and then you can wear these inside the gloves if you want. So I bought these to wear inside these because they have no insulation, obviously. And then let's see, so it's going to go so a bit fiddly, but this round ring is supposed to go somehow inside this outer one here. Did a lot of fiddling. I found this very fiddly, and honestly I didn't like it at all, but it's supposed to go in there, and then this ring is supposed to clip onto so that I find these leak a little bit, so even though I've got some silicone on them, I struggle with them a little bit. So for me, these dry gloves are more fiddly than they're worth. But the thing that I like about these dry gloves the least, once it's attached to this ring properly and clipped into here, is that there's no way for the air to move between the glove and the suit, because this still seals on your wrist right here. So what they provide, I don't have any here, but these tiny little straws that you're supposed to put underneath this seal to go into the glove in your hand. So the glove is like so. That allows air to go from the suit to the glove and equalize the pressure via this little tube that has to go inside this sealer right here. So you have to put it inside your wrist when you're ready to go diving. So it's very fiddly, and I have tried that and it didn't stay in place. And without that, you get glove squeeze. The water will squish the glove and make it very uncomfortable. I've tried that down to I had it fail equalizing down at 90 feet in the Gulf of Mexico, and it was very uncomfortable because the glove really squeezed my hand really hard. It was great. And here in the lake today, I didn't bother with that hose at all because I know how annoying it was. 22 feet, and I got a bit of squeeze on the glove right here, not too much, but without anything underneath the glove, without wearing something like this, then it's pretty cold because there's no insulation on it. So honestly, I prefer just regular neoprene gloves, which go over the seals of the dry suit very comfortably. These are 5 mils, and these, when it's cold enough to wear my dry suit, great. I like these. Honestly, these are much better than the dry gloves. So these would be my preference. I might wear the dry gloves if it's very, very, very cold and I've got a lot of time, but generally speaking, they were not worth the time to service. All right, so let's talk about another option I wear underneath my dry suit here to keep it warm, because this has no insulation in it at all. So wearing nothing under it, get really, really cold. It needs something. This is by the manufacturer, the Body X outfit. So this is their thinnest bottom half and thinnest top half. And so this is the minimum I would wear under that suit, just enough to keep the cold off. But as you can see, it's pretty thin. Right here. Pretty thin, but it's just pleasantly toasty and stretchy and easy to move in. I can move in this pretty easily. Keeps me toasty on the surface. I can wear it like this. I just wear a swimmer suit underneath this, and I can sit and I can drive to the dive site in this. I've worn this to the dive site. For socks, this is one of the socks that I wear. This one's also by the same manufacturer. Waterproof make this, and Waterproof make these. These are neoprene. This is not. This is polyester, I think. These are neoprene socks, quite thin, 3 mil, I think, maybe less than that. But I just put these over my bare feet and put the dry suit on over these. So these socks. All I have on my feet inside my suit, and I'm very comfortable in these. And I can walk around in these. I can walk around on the boat, so I can stay in these, walk around in them. They're very, very comfy. Yeah, these do great. Recommended. This is right comfort, right fit. Not enough room. I have a size 9 US feet for my size men's. Size is it? Let's double check. Size medium large, and these are size large to go with this, and these are also size medium large. There's a medium large top, medium large bottoms, and they fit me well and are very comfy and are great underneath this.
Nope.
Yeah. I can finish it.
That's the thumbnail.
With that, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.